Have you ever thought about starting a Pinterest account for your blog or your business, but then you stopped and thought, will my niche even work? And what niches are there in the first place? Which ones are popular? And should you just stop if your blog isn't in one of those super niches like DIY, home decor, or food? In today's video, I give you an overview of niches on Pinterest, but more importantly, which ones are popular and profitable. I also let you in on what you should do if you're in a niche like me that's really small and how you can still make it work. Yep, it's going to be a jam-packed episode. But first, if you're new here, hi there. My name is Katie of whatskatieupto.com and I'm a Swiss blogger and YouTuber. I teach passionate online entrepreneurs like you how you can use Pinterest to grow your blog and business. Now, you may have heard about viral Pinterest niches like home decor or food, but maybe you're wondering, are these also profitable? And what if your blog is just in a tiny niche you've never even seen on Pinterest? If you're wondering all that, I get it. I teach about blogging and Pinterest and marketing, which are tiny topics on Pinterest compared to, for example, recipes. But you know what? I still get a ton of traffic to my blog. But for that to work, there are a couple of things you should know about Pinterest niches to have the right expectations about what it can and cannot do for you. So that's why today I'm going to give you my 5-step system how you can leverage a small Pinterest niche to explode your blog traffic. If that sounds good to you, then keep watching. And before we jump in, make sure you grab yourself access to my free blogger resource library. It contains over 30 plus blogging and Pinterest related downloads you can access immediately once you grab your password. Grab your free Pinterest guides, checklists, cheat sheets, and so much more so that there's nothing in the way of your Pinterest success. Find the link to the free library in the description below. All right, let's do this. Okay, let's jump right in. What is a Pinterest niche in the first place? So a niche on Pinterest describes a category or a topic that people on Pinterest are looking for. So food, DIY, and home are niches on Pinterest, but also finance, sewing, kids education, all types of hobbies. Now, in the early days of Pinterest, it was all about DIY, home decor projects, sharing recipes, and looking for travel inspiration. Also, the main Pinterest audience were women and moms trying to organize and plan their lives. Nowadays, with over 470 million monthly viewers on Pinterest, the situation looks a little bit different. There are hundreds, if not thousands of sub-niches on Pinterest, and whether you're a small business owner who focuses on selling succulents or you're a dating coach for women over 40, you can find people to attract to your blog and business on Pinterest. With so many people on Pinterest every single day, there's tons and tons of opportunity to stand out, build yourself a name, and become an expert in your niche. Yes, there's still big popular niches as you can see here on Pinterest, but this does not mean you cannot see success within a small niche. But why are Pinterest niches important in the first place? There are popular Pinterest niches like beauty, and there are smaller niches such as finance. Depending on which niche your blog or business is in, you can expect different results from Pinterest. Now, I'm not saying better or worse results, I'm just saying different results, so please hear me out. Well, first of all, if your blog or business is in a niche that is very successful, such as beauty here, so very popular and many millions of people are looking for information about that topic, you can expect more blog or website traffic. There's just simply more people looking for a topic like recipes or travel inspiration, beauty tips and wedding guides. Then there are people looking for more narrow niches like apple farming. So it's important to understand that yes, if you're in a niche that's more popular on Pinterest, you can expect more traffic. That being said, this does not mean you cannot expect great results in a smaller niche. Now, I'm on Pinterest talking about blogging and Pinterest marketing. It's really a niched down area. And if you think about how many people on Pinterest are interested in Pinterest marketing and compare that to people looking for delicious dinner recipes, well, most of us have to eat dinner, right? But not even a fraction of us is interested in marketing, right? Now, does this mean I shouldn't be on Pinterest or that Pinterest doesn't work for my blogging business? No, it does very well. I just use Pinterest differently in my business than someone who's in a big niche would use it. So for example, as a food blogger, you can expect a ton of visitors and traffic from Pinterest because it's so popular and so many people are looking for recipes on Pinterest. This means you can get hundreds, if not thousands of visitors every day to your site from Pinterest. Now, I do get hundreds of visitors to my marketing blog too every day, but definitely not in the high thousands as other bloggers. So
So these high traffic blog sites can start to monetize their blog with ads very soon and make some money off of their content. It's their business model to get as many people onto their site through their amazing content that's popular on Pinterest. And then instead of selling a product or service, they get paid by ad companies who place ads on their site to get in front of those thousands of visitors. This is in no way my business model for my blog. I'm not getting enough traffic to my site every day to make a full-time income from ads. It's not realistic as my niche on Pinterest is just not that big, so it doesn't bring in that many people. There are not enough people interested in marketing on Pinterest clicking over to my site. Now, what I do instead is I focus on creating the best, most helpful content out there and become an expert in my field. I use Pinterest to attract targeted clients to my blog where I start to help them with my tutorials and build trust. Then I'm selling them my digital products or services. Now this works great as I can charge higher prices for my digital products or especially my services. Now my blogging business does not need millions of monthly visitors to my blog. I just need to build trust with a few selected people who need help and I'm still able to make a full-time income. Now I hope this makes sense. So you see both very popular and not so popular niches on Pinterest can work great. But you as a business and blogger have to be clear on what amounts of traffic you can expect from which niche and consequently adjust how you're planning to monetize your business. Okay, so let's jump into my 5-step system how you can use niches to explode traffic. So my Pinterest niche strategy. So in step number 1, I want you to identify your traffic goal. So how are you planning on making money in your online business or blog? Now, if that's your goal, then I want you to work your way backwards. If I charge XYZ or want to make XYZ income each month, how much do I need to make through my blog and business to make this a flying success? Who am I trying to attract with the content that I share on my blog? And what is it all for? I know this might sound so simple, but truth be told, so many people just start out and then they realize, oh, I love this blogging thing. I want to turn it into something more. But then they never really take the time to align their goals and be realistic about what they need to make each month to turn this hobby into a business. Now, don't get me wrong, I was exactly the same way, but I don't want you to waste so much time as I did. So get clear on your expectations and goals with regards to how am I making money in my blogging business? Is it through ads or products or services? And then how many people do I need to attract to make this work? And then I want you to think about your niche. If you're in a small niche like apple farming, is it really the best idea to think about monetizing your website with ads? Is there going to be enough traffic from Pinterest to get into ad networks? Or would it make more sense offering a service or a digital product like a download that people can purchase or a course they can take? This is how I want you to approach step 1, to identify your traffic goal, align it with your niche, and think about how you're going to make money with your blog. Okay, so in step number 2, I want you to set up your niche boards. All right, now that you're clear on what you want to focus on your Pinterest account, in step number 2, I want you to set up your account with the right boards that focus on attracting the right kind of people. So let's say you're in the beauty niche. Then maybe we're talking boards about makeup, fashion tutorials, product recommendations. Make sure your boards align with your niche. You don't want to confuse your audience with unrelated boards and pins when on your blog all you do is talk about fashion and beauty. This is the same if you're in a smaller niche. Maybe even more important as you're really trying to attract the right kind of people and not just looking for that click over to your site. You want to attract people who need help solving a specific problem or are looking for advice. So again, set up your account around your main business areas. On my account, for example, I have boards about blogging tips, Pinterest marketing, WordPress tutorials, email marketing, all the sub niches I talk about on my blog, so when someone lands on my pins and boards, they know exactly what I'm talking about and won't be confused. You can also check out my video on how to set up Pinterest board specifically if you want to learn more about how to set them up. All right, in step number 3, I want you to think about your niche focused content. So we're going to work on our content marketing. And content marketing means creating regular content that attracts your ideal customer. If you're a blogger, you've already got this covered. If you're planning on selling services or digital products, I highly recommend you start a blog on top of your business website. On your blog, you share, for example, weekly helpful and free content. This content can be written blog posts, podcast episodes that you upload to your blog, video content, or anything you can think of. So you're creating free content that you can share on Pinterest. All Pinterest wants in 2021 is new content. I talk about fresh content and fresh pins in my videos all the time. And that's why I recommend blogging regularly. The consistency on your blog does two things. One, it helps you grow Pinterest because the algorithm wants new content, plus you're attracting your audience and start building trust. If you're a full-time blogger and you're monetizing solely with ads, your content is the bread and butter of your business. Now, if you're planning on monetizing differently, your content is how you build up an expert status and build trust so people want to hire you or buy your products in the first place. If you haven't started a blog yet, grab your free PDF guide in my resource library that I've linked to in the description box below. Okay, in step number 4, in your Pinterest niche strategy, I want you to leverage niche trends and seasons. How can you create specific content on your blog that relates to your business and also leverages trends and seasons on Pinterest? Because trends and seasons on Pinterest are huge. It means during these specific times, such as for example Christmas or Easter or the wedding season, tons and tons of people are looking for similar content. And that means potentially creating viral pins. This tip is especially important if you want to grow your blog traffic fast and start earning bigger bucks with ads. Leveraging these trends on Pinterest at the right time can mean your pin is going viral, which can lead to thousands of blog visitors in a day. This is how you can make a full-time income from ads. You need these viral traffic spikes to grow, but you can also use these trends as a regular business selling, for example, services. Always think about how you can repackage or repurpose your existing content to match a season or trend, especially if you don't have the time to create new content all the time, as a full-time blogger may have. You can always go ahead and create a pin related to a season or trend for an existing blog post. Sometimes it's easier to create a few new pin images than creating a new full-blown piece of content, such as a new video or a new post. Just use seasons and trends to repackage your existing content and create a few pin images. And just look at this example for Christmas here. This is the Pinterest Trends tool, and I just typed in Christmas, and you can see how this search term develops over the year and then spikes here in December. So this is why seasons and trends on Pinterest are so important for niches. And then finally, in step number 5, I want you to rinse and repeat. On Pinterest, it's all about consistency. You want to rinse and repeat what you're doing, creating amazing content that's in your niche and attracts your audience, grows your traffic, and builds trust. Yes, it does take time, but consistency is where I see so many people fail, because if you just look at the short-term views you're getting from Pinterest, you're maybe not seeing the effects of your strategy yet. I'm not saying all of this is easy. Yes, it's hard. It takes time, and there's things you need to learn to get better at Pinterest. But if you give it a shot and you stick with it and you just keep on doing what's working, your account and blog will grow.
All right, amazing job. I hope you know now exactly which niches are popular and profitable on Pinterest, and that you can still kill it on Pinterest even if you're not in one of those top niches. Like me, I'm not in a popular niche and I still get tons of traffic from Pinterest. Just keep in mind what goals you have for your blog and business. It's all about being strategic. So that's it from me for today. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll try to get back to you ASAP. Also, don't forget that this video is sponsored by my free resource library. You can grab your password to the library on my blog and get access to 30+ free downloads teaching you all about blogging and Pinterest. You can grab the free Pinterest PDF guides, cheat sheets, checklists, and so much more on my blog. I've put the link to the free library in the description below. And before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell below so you don't miss any of my videos. I post a new video about Pinterest and blogging every Tuesday. Now that's it from me for today. I will see you next week. Cheers!